All right, good morning traders and welcome to the All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap and we're going to be going through the live order flow, looking at Bookmap, understanding the participants in the auction process and where price might go based off of their behavior, their footprints, and activity. The only way that participants can engage into the market is via orders, and that is what order flow can show and visualized in Bookmap, so that you can gain an edge by understanding the order flow. All right, so general disclosure: all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. For those of you that are new to Bookmap, we will have an onboarding webinar later today, every Tuesday at 2 p.m. East Coast time. We have this webinar. I can put the link here into the chat for you over in YouTube, and let's see over here in Discord as well. And good morning, Stephen, Alois, and Trading is Life, and Rob. All right, so here's the link to the onboarding webinar. You guys over in Discord, if you're new to Discord and new to Bookmap, then please come. But for all you other guys well versed in Bookmap, there's absolutely no need. The onboarding webinar is about downloading, signing into bookmap.com, downloading the product, installing it, getting up and running with a data provider, connecting it to data, and then adding an instrument, okay, or multiple instruments. That's it. We just want to help get you up and running, so then you can come over and partake into the Discord community and the webinars, and maybe even the Bookmap Academy if you're interested, which we can talk about more later. All right, so let's jump in. Let's take a look here at the markets, and pretty whippy here. As you guys can see, we just had some data, JOLTS job openings here, and we've kind of bashed around both sides of the opening range here. In fact, so you can see at 9:30, I'm kind of tracking this and following this the first 15 minutes. I don't know what I think about it. It's very mechanical, and it lost me some money on this just this morning here. I bought the breakout here, and then I actually exited over here when the JOLTS job opening just went above the swing here and then back into the range. It's like, yeah, that's it. It's not going. Anyway, but you're supposed to hold your stop loss down here, which you would have been annihilated. Basically, this is a huge range for a stop, like 25 or 30 points or so. So yeah, it's but it's a very mechanical thing, and it can work really well. It's something to take a look into and back test, understanding some of these ranges in here and opening ranges and momentum. You can see today it just doesn't have it, and we see both sides here being played on the upside and on the downside. Anyway, let's move on. We're looking at the S&P E-mini. And we can review yesterday. I think I've got the screenshot from yesterday. Hold on a minute. Have it. Yeah, this is it here. Okay. So we kind of left off as we were trading up into an interesting level. And here, let me try see if I can blow this up more. Okay. Oh. All right, well, let's try this. Okay, go full screen here. Okay, so yesterday, like huge down day. However, you can see this is when we were looking at the market here, and here's 10:30, move down into high liquidity and bouncing around in here, and then we caught the this move up, looking for this short squeeze, and we traded up into this high liquidity area in here. I took my profits up in there, and that was it. So actually, this turned into a really nice move at that point to the downside. And there's a lot of things, a lot of confluence in here, actually, for taking the opposite trade in here and looking for this move to continue to the downside. High liquidity being number one. Just this massive wall of liquidity, which we were looking to flush into on the way up. And we got that. But nothing more than that. It didn't go any higher than that. You can see I had my stop or my take profit way up here. I moved it up there, and then started to see some weakness come in, and then I exited, flattened the position when it started to fail in here. Okay, so anyway, that's what we saw yesterday in the webinar, and boy, did it turn around and did it drop. Huge day to the downside. But as you note during these webinars, a lot of times, we're looking for a kind of a counter trend of what the order flow gives us. Yesterday, the opening range breakout trade would have worked beautifully. I was afraid of getting squeezed in it, and didn't follow through with it, and then followed through a little bit more today, but ended up getting hurt on it. So anyway, we'll look for the next opportunity, let's jump in and let's take a look. Higher time frame, and also maybe a potential opportunity right now. Let's take a look here. Okay, so actually, Shark, I'm really curious to see what you come up with on your 1, 2, 3 pattern. After we kind of discussed maybe taking the backside, waiting for that pattern, 1, 2, 3 pattern to unfold after it's broken the trend line, right? Like right here, now it's broken the trend line. In fact, let's see if we can even jump in here. Okay, so we would look for maybe getting the next leg, the retest back up in here, and you can see we're a little too late for that, to get this little retest back up into here, and then look for the follow through to the downside. In fact, we're getting in at the bottom of the range in here, so we're going to have to wait and see if we can break this range here, and follow through to the downside. And so anyway, yeah, very, very curious about this. I think there's really something there on the that 1, 2, 3 pattern in the trend line break, and then the retest back to it. Anyway, let's see. Oh, Shark is in here today or not? Do not think so. All right. Okay, so we're just below the figure here at 5,600. And momentum starting to pick up on the sell side. You are here. Okay, there you are. All right. Well, I'm just curious. Like maybe it helps. You're seeing the turnaround. You introduce the footprint chart in the delta on that turnaround very nicely, which is fantastic. So that's been helping you out quite a bit. All right. Well, let's see here if we get another break and break. Okay, if we can break this, the downside, we can get in again maybe and look for continuation here. Looks like a little pocket of buying starting to come in. And we're above 56. Yeah, some volatility right around the figure here, and that's to be expected actually. Okay, so we're out half on that one, and then let's see if we can get a continuation on that to the downside. And why we're doing this, like guys, again, this is not a trading room nor trade recommendation in here. We want to show like some of these ideas in here with a trading plan, but then also to show the trade management within that plan. Okay, so that's the goal, and that's why we will take positions. If you look in the lower left right hand corner here, this is in simulation demo paper trading mode, and that's why we're showing it. As you guys know, a lot of you guys have given me feedback over the years, like that's great, Bruce. We see the order flow, but how do you trade it? How do you get involved in it? And how do you manage it? And well, that's why we're doing it. Okay, so yeah, we'll see if we get some follow through here or not. It looks good so far. So we have high liquidity here at 90, 55.90. It seems to be holding so far, and we're back up to 5,600 figure. Okay, there's some buying strength coming in. All right, so we're going to, we don't see the sellers come in. Okay, so we're starting to see that battle again. Else we'll just exit this. Still sellers coming in. Okay, you can see, look at the profile here. You can see that a lot of transactions up in here at 5,600 and above, but not too much down here. Very, very thin profile. So it did not auction down here very much. Therefore, what are we looking for? We're really looking for a lot of sell volume to reach down to these areas then, and trade back down into these areas, and to build out a volume profile down here. And right now it's a pretty nice tapered edge. And we've traded back up to this high volume node in here, and we are failing though. We do come back down. So maybe we'll front run this high liquidity here, and then just take the profit and take it from there. Okay, so we're out. Yeah, Shark. Yeah, no, I'm just excited for you. That's all. I just it's like, oh yeah. Look at this. Like this. Maybe you've got your footprint chart and some other things in there to see that turnaround. And it seems to be working really well for you. So that's really great. All right. So let's take a big step back here. Take a deep breath and let's look at the bigger picture here. We'll look at a candlestick chart and see what's going on here. All right, so we'll start over here with the daily on the left-hand side, and yeah, you can see the move or the daily candle here. So the kind of move up and the move right back down, and now we're starting to see that selling pressure come in. The hourly here in the middle. And let's bring it a little closer here, and you can see it failed up here on the hourly, right? So I actually kind of briefly went above that hour period, came right back down though, and we see some pretty heavy selling, or at least price action. It's tested back down here, and it bounced a bit. What does it look like on the 15-minute? We're seeing wicks on both sides in here. But this is you know, not a bad candle here, this red candle. So if we can get a bit more selling in here, it looks like this 5671 is a good area to test. At least the previous hour or 15-minute here at 55.77. So yeah, kind of looking for those areas if we can get that selling pressure to continue. Boy, it is choppy. Look at this. So hits that high liquidity a little bit below it, then right back up above it, hits high liquidity back at 5,600 here. Pretty strong move into 5,600. And in fact, let's see if we can get back up above it here. See the buying strength. Back up into the range here. All right, nothing shaking so far. What other levels here are we interested in? Let's start to mark those up. We just talked about this 55.77 swing down here on the 15-minute chart, so we can mark that up. Okay. Actually, it is a little bit lower here. Hold on, like that. We can move our other horizontal line. We had the swing high here after the data, and then it came right back down to this level in here at 56.15. Okay, so let's take a look at our candlestick chart again and kind of line up some of these higher time frame levels. This is the that's actually 35, 36 up here, at 33 to 35, and then we've got this 77 level down below. Actually, it's 72. The previous candle 77. All right. So yeah, we're just really kind of stuck in the middle here. Slant to the downside, and I mean, you can see the rejection here, but there's also a rejection here as well with the wicks. But I'm very curious to see if we can get that selling to come back in and continue with the move to the downside here. Okay, so anyway, that's the primary scenario at the moment. And let's get rid of some of these drawings. Okay, that one, this one, it's not serving us. Okay, back down to the swing here from this recent low. But there's liquidity here at this 85 level. So just kind of stuck in this little range at the moment. It is building out this profile though. Okay, all these transactions in here. So it's starting to accept lower. Okay, getting a little price discovery lower. Wondering if you guys have you played around with the new channel tool. I want to demo that in here. You know, I love it. In fact, let me show here. So just it's right here. This is with the version 7.0 6 or greater. This is still in beta, I believe. So now what you can do is just from the swing, you'll create point 1 and then point 2 here. And now what you can do though is you can come back in and edit this. Okay. And maybe you don't want to go with that swing. Maybe you want to edit it and you come down to this swing here, and then you've got the channel which you can adjust here, right? And you can also click on it here, edit it, and extend it. Okay, so this is great. So for those of you looking for extending like a rectangle, you can also use this tool in here. All right, so if you, for example, hold down Shift, even from editing, I believe. Well, let's just do another one here. We'll select channel again, and we'll go off of, let's go off of this swing here, and then we'll hold down the Shift key, and you can see that I will get a channel every 45 degrees here. Okay, so that's how it works. So you can get a horizontal channel here, and then just come back in and then edit it, and then you will right click on it, edit it, and then extend left or right or both. Okay, and then now you can see I've got this whole area in here. And why didn't it extend it to the, because I deselected it. There we go. Okay, so now you can very easily highlight a zone in here. Okay, so maybe this is like you consider this a supply zone in here or something like that. Okay, going to lows of the day here, cash session, kind of flirting with this swing right now, around this 77 level. We jump back here, that's right here. We just kind of dip below it. All right, so for example, just looking at this technically in here, we've got a channel in here, and look at the trend here. Well, it's starting to pick up a little bit here on this leg to the downside. But this is not a bad place. We're at lows of the day. We have high liquidity in here, and this trend has not really picked up on a lot of momentum to the downside. Okay, it keeps on just kind of inching lower in here. So this offers the potential for a counter trend trade. Okay, so the setup would be to look for, you see the selling come in here. Okay, it just traded into high liquidity here around 74. Okay, so what we're looking for though is getting back up above 77, 78 in here, and we want to see some accumulation by the buyers to then break some of these swings, and then we'd still be in a downtrend, but we're looking for retesting some of these zones up in here. Okay, and that would be it. It has not unfolded at all yet, but that's what we'd be looking for. Okay, well, now we really need to see the buyers come in though for that counter trend trade. Okay, and the hook is nicely set in here. We have high liquidity, we have some sellers in here. Now we just need to get some buyers back up above, and I'm still looking at around 77 or so for those buyers to come in and start to accumulate in this little zone in here. And then we can get maybe the pop back up in here. Again, it is a counter trend trade, right? So in fact, we can look at another smaller kind of downtrend here, and this would be one of the first things that we'd need to see broken. Okay, and it has to be on some size in here. Okay, and then where would we look for this to go? Well, back up into maybe this volume node here, or top of the range in here, if that's if those buyers are going to come in. Okay, how's our relative volume in here? Well, we do know some buyers got filled on the way down, but we're looking for those aggressors up in these areas here. There they are. So kind of tough to try to grab that one. Guess we can still try. So that's buying the highs, but we're looking for the move back up to about here, right? So that's about it. It's already kind of, well, no, I'm still looking for it to come up here. Some pretty heavy selling coming right back in. Going to move down in front of this high liquidity here as the trend line's kind of sloping down. And can we get above that sell dot there? Not looking good. All right, so we're out. We're going to take a small loss on that. This is not what we're looking for. We still may get the buyers in here, but it's starting to turn over, and we're starting to see the selling coming in. Okay, so yeah, it would have been nice. It can be, as you can see, it was hard to catch this in here. We were looking for it. We had our reasons, but then the pop happened very, very quickly. You'd have to be pretty quick on the trigger there to get into that. And you can see we got in pretty late up here. Okay, when it's done its move, and now we can look for maybe the trend continuation here. We're still within our channel. And looking pretty good to break it here. Exhaustion, selling. See if we can see a bit more. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's see if we can get these sellers now to trade back down to about here in this trend. Okay, it would break the lows here, but not by much, right? So we're still trending down, and we're looking for the sellers to trend down and trade down into 55.70 liquidity here as the target. We're going to get another break there, and we should see some momentum pick up now at this point. And nothing yet. And buyer's still fighting it right here. Okay, now we should get our momentum and our move. And we're gonna add in on this one here, I think. Right there, we're making lower highs and slightly lower lows, and we see more sell volume on the lows here. So still looking for that continuation. Buyer's still fighting it. Oh. Okay, move back up to the range. And let's see if those sellers come right back in and try to take it back down. Okay, target one. And we're going to watch this. Let's go back to our higher time frame in here and take a look at this here. So we're breaking the lows here, see, we got to zoom out a little bit more on the higher time frame here. Where are we here? Okay, kind of in the middle of nowhere here on the daily. There's a pretty big swing way down here, 5,400. Okay, well, we're just going to go with the trend line or this channel that we have here, and just testing the bottom edge of the channel here, right in front of that high liquidity is where we're looking for our next take profit. Again, guys, this is not a trading room, just going through order flow and then showing management within it and how things might play out. Okay, second take profit is hit just in front of that high liquidity. And again, like, we're in this channel here, and it's still holding on the way down. And, we can go through this and start to understand what does this mean actually, when you hear things like, a channel or a trend line or whatever. I mean, this is no different in my mind than looking at horizontal areas. It's just diagonal. It's just tilted. And why is it tilted? Well, because there's more selling driving it lower to a certain area where then there's no more selling. and there'll be some profit taking, some buyers come back in and trade it back up to a place where they're not willing to buy higher. And we're seeing the same thing on the sell side here. The sellers are willing to take it back down to the bottom edge of these kinds of ranges in here, and you see the high liquidity along the way. So this is where the buyers are willing to buy, and then we kind of see that trickle back up. Anyway, that's what we're kind of seeing in the channel right now. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. A bunch of questions here. I've turned away from Discord. I'm sorry about that. I do have CL open right now, and we can take a look at Market Pulse if you like on that. Leah? Let me see, because you're talking about this very specific area in Market Pulse here. Okay, so I'm not sure I quite follow. I'm not sure what this indicator is here. Oh, you're looking at TTW. Okay, so yeah, that's something else. That's an add-on that you can find on the marketplace. But we can go over the Market Pulse if you like. Extended rectangle, great. All right, Laura. Yeah, absolutely. It's not really a rectangle; it's a channel, but it does the same thing. Yeah, there you go, Rob. Another thing, I think trading is life. I mean, he's been looking at, he's a VWAP trader. And I'm going to start to integrate more of that, I think, into the webinars in here. The reason being is we want to look at we're looking at some of these higher time frame guidelines in here to give us some sort of insight, where price might be going. I really try to simplify things and not to have too many lines on a chart. So in fact, let's clear all our drawings in here, and I'm going to take stops and icebergs off of here for the moment as well, and just to get some clarity here, and cover something I just think is vitally important, that we're looking at higher time frames. So hold on a minute. Okay, so for example, let's take a look at this. I mean, this is one standard deviation, the first dotted line here, and the second one is 2 standard deviations. We're pretty overextended to the downside, right? So now you can start to look for, now obviously the environment we're in is the fundamentals, everything is pretty negative, and that's why we're selling off so hard. But technically though, this is like basically saying like it's oversold. It's overly extended. So here come some buyers right now. So maybe we can even go along with them. We're missing it. We can look for maybe a pullback here. And looking to fill in this little gap in here. Boy, I don't like buying up here, but it looks like it's going to go through. There's a lot of buying coming in, and maybe it can reach back up into these areas up in here. Yeah. So, well, as I was just mentioning, we'd be looking for the exactly this kind of move here, especially with this time of day. This is what we were looking for yesterday, and we had to wait the entire webinar for it to unfold. The just the reason being is like if we look at the higher time frame and averages in here, I mean, this is not anything new, but we're just between the buyers and sellers in here, where might there be an opportunity to buy the weakness in here? It's been hammered here, and then to just trade it back into for a small move back into the mean. Okay, and this would be it here. I mean, you can see that every time it. In fact, let's see if we can put on another band in here. We'll put in a custom band of 3, and let's see what it looks like. Okay, it might be a little too much, but let's see. Okay, yeah, it's a little too much. Let's try 2.5. Oh, hold on a minute. 2.5. There we go. All right. Okay, so you can see it's kind of holding that, and then we start to get these moves back. Okay, so just some ideas on the higher time frame. So what do we have down in these levels in here? And we've got a guideline in here, guardrails basically, and we've got the standard deviations here. We've got high liquidity down here, lows of the day. We're in our price channel that we erased or deleted, and now we're looking for the order flow. So we have an idea here for the setup, but the order flow is going to tell us. And we're just looking at it right in here and talking about it and missed it. But it's still going here. So maybe we can get back up into this band up in here. Again, I really don't like looking at the lines, but let's just look at some of these areas here. Or we can look at volume profile. We've got a high volume node here we're trying to get through. This is where the sellers came in. This is where we have high liquidity up here at 55.80, and the next one after that is up here around this 86 or 87 level. Okay, so yeah, anyway, you can see that starting to not find as many buyers up here now as we did earlier. You caught this. Nice. Very nicely done, trading his life. Excellent, excellent. Well, maybe you want to articulate. I mean, I don't want you to give away your edge or any secrets or anything, but articulate what you're looking for. I mean, I just went through, kind of some highlights in here. We know we're overextended. We know there's high liquidity in here, and we're trading into it, and then we're looking for those buyers to come in back after trading into that high liquidity. So we have our passive buyers, and now we have our aggressive buyers. Okay, let me try to go through that again. We go through this in the academy all the time, but we have our to quit this and restart it. It's not working. Okay. There we go. Let's see if it works now. Okay. So yeah, so here are our passive buyers on the way down, right? And now we're looking for those aggressors, and we're looking for some structure to break. Okay, so what kind of structure do we have? Let's go back to well, the first structure we had was the standard deviations in here. Okay? And we can also look at some of these other structural areas in our channel. Okay, and our channel is still intact, really. Starting to see some cracks in it, though. Okay, up here. All right, so that's kind of what we outlined. Trading is life, and just looking for some place to take some profits on the way back up. We know we're still in a downtrend. We're just looking for this kind of reaction, just being overextended. That's all. That's it, right? In fact, you can see we broke this little structure in here on some selling back to high liquidity. That is at a higher level here at 60. Okay, so okay, so trading's life, you said, yeah, basically same thing we were just talking about, but you knew we were overextended and at a new low. You saw your CVD spike, and your delta went positive, and the volume kicked in. Yeah, exactly. And you can ride that up. And I really like you guys know this, like I like taking my profits in some, or taking some off at least, and having a target in this. You see high liquidity in here, and not the highest, but high liquidity in here. On the offer, it was on the bid over here, on the offer here at the same price level where it broke down from here. So that is our structural element in here. If we go with a something like this in here where it kind of broke down from, you can see. And so that's what I'd be looking for. All right, thanks, Trading is Life. Good stuff. Yeah, that's another thing to look for, is you can look for your CVD. Usually you will see your divergence. I mean, this one just kind of popped out of nowhere, to be honest. Usually you'll see like this little a pocket in here of buying that will start to make CVD divergent. I mean, there's some divergence in here. It did make a lower low here in price, but it made a very slightly lower low here in CVD. So there is some divergence, and it's due to this buying in here that made it divergent, right? And that's how you can start to see this kind of shift in the not just the order flow, but the transactions. Okay, so that then leads to, okay, maybe this turns into a flag pattern in here, potentially. We see the move down, some accumulation in here. We can get back up above, and we find more buyers in this little area in here. Then that's not bad. Looking for a continuation on up to the next level here. Okay, so let's see here. We get it. Yeah, looks like they're coming in. So we'll take a shot. Now we're at the top of the range here, but we're looking that we've seen the back and forth in here. We've seen the accumulation. Okay, so now we're looking for getting out up here. Okay, so top of the range. Actually, we should be taking some off up here, but I think we've got enough for a bit more up a little higher here. Okay, high liquidity there, and let's see if we can get hit. Okay, there we go. And it's also hit the high liquidity at 55.80. All right, so so we had kind of a nice little chain of events unfold there, pretty quickly, from our channel to it being kind of broken a bit, and then seeing overextension with the different VWAP standard deviations, and then a move back up, back into the range in here. All right, let's see if any more questions here. Matt, I mean, if you want to follow along, like we're looking at the ES futures. I mean, it's very, very popular uh, futures instrument. I mean, it's pretty amazing instrument. I mean, the amount of liquidity in here is just amazing, and it's really moving these days. You know, it's been a pretty good thing to trade. If we jump over to the Nasdaq, for example, I mean, boy, is this going to be moving, right? And you can see, look at the liquidity in here in the Nasdaq. You know, usually you'll see like in the tens or something. Look, these are single digits. I mean, look at this book in here. You know, 4, 5 contracts. Up here, 114. So it looks like the buyers are going for this liquidity here. Now they traded into high liquidity here at 377, also 400. This guy just broke here at 424, 19,424, and brought it down to about 15 or so, 415, 425 to 415. Okay, so now he wants to be a seller, not up here, but here. Okay, and you can see the reaction by the sellers, the aggressive sellers in here. Okay, the buyers did not want any part of that. This is how influential the order book can be. You know, a lot of traders they don't. I think a lot of the order book is misinterpreted, saying that these are all fake orders, and you know, they are not filled. That's true, but look at the effect that it had on price. And you know, this is one of the things that order flow is. It gives you insight. And Bookmap, we are showing it in the live book, but we're also showing it historically. So now you have a context in here you can put together. Coming up into high liquidity, we've traded into it here, but we're still finding buyers looking for this area to trade up here next. And then the liquidity drops, 102 contracts, and to this area here, 10 points, and then we find sellers. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, you're using the US 500, Matt, on trading view. Well, I mean, that's a CFD, and it's going to be pretty wonky, to be honest. But yeah, you will be able to follow along a bit. And the spreads are huge on that. The liquidity is very low typically, and you know, arbitraged heavily. Let's jump back to our ES in here. Okay, so yeah, we went a little bit higher here, and where did we go though? Okay, so we went up to the swing here. We went up to the high liquidity here at 85, and then did we have that same kind of activity the Nasdaq did? No, we did not. We have the high liquidity here at 85, and some of it transacted, but look at the transactions up here, guys. This is great. I mean, check out, like, see the volume dots in here, the size and the color. Okay, these are aggressive buyers trading into these levels of liquidity up in here, but not so much, right? It's not really transacting much in here. Look at the size and color of the dots up here, and then look at these. There's like a triple top in here, more than that, but it tested here many times. And if we zoom in, we can look precisely at this this level here. How much traded right here where the best offer was? Not one contract. This is exhaustion. Okay, no more buyers up here. It is exhausting out. Let me know if you have any questions on that. This is a term that we'll go over more and more. I mean, we've been going over it for about 10 years, but we'll integrate it more within our lexicon here and talking more about some of these order flow terms and use them more. All right, so anyway, you can see this kind of turnaround in here due to the lack of buying up in here, and then look where the sellers come in. Okay, now there's a little bit of liquidity in here too on the bid. Looks like some of that pulled, some of it transacted there, but we're getting more sellers. And look at the size and color of the dots and where they're taking, where they're transacting at the bottom of this range. That's why we can look at high liquidity, maybe overextended to the upside, exhaustion. Heck, here's your trend line break again as well. Okay, on a very, very low time frame. Okay, but selling below it. Okay, and what about CVD? What does that show us in here? So I mean, we would look for sellers to come in and trade it back down to high liquidity on the bid in these areas in here. And it looks like what we're getting instead is the resumption of that downtrend, okay, after that move back up. Okay, and we're missing that. Sorry about that. But anyway, our goal in here is to cover these order flow events and go through them, and then look for that live analysis and maybe some trade management as well. So yeah, kind of missed the move on the downside there. Guys, this is another one in here that we'll cover again and again. This is something in here that's actually not much of a low volume pullback, to be honest. So actually we'll skip that one. But when we start to see these low volume pullbacks, okay, we know the sellers are moving price and then get a move back up, but we don't get much buying in that move back up. Okay? Your CVD can be divergent. And then once you start to see those sellers roll back in, you look for the move or the trend continuation. Could be an excellent way to add back into a trade. Or take multiple trades along the way and work the position. This is something that Scott Pulcini does. All right, not much happening at the moment. And our higher time frame, we're way below VWAP in here. As you guys can see, it's up here around 5,600. And we even put in an extra third deviation here of 2.5, which seems to be holding pretty well on these moves to the downside. Somewhere between 2 and 2.5 is that overextension. It seems that the mean reversion is back to 1 standard deviation, basically. All right, I'm going to remove all the drawings again. And trading is life. I'm going to do it. I'm going to have to take off these bands. We'll keep the regular VWAP on, and maybe we'll keep the 2.5 on. Just those two. Well, maybe not even that. I'm just not accustomed to seeing it and using it, so we'll just keep the VWAP on. And you know, what's our trend? You know, what's our bigger picture? And you know, what are our expectations? Okay, we're below the VWAP. We're building out the volume in this area in here, and it's very thin or thinner in this area here where it it kind of broke through quickly on the way down. What was the VWAP, Willers? I had 1, 2, and 2.5 standard deviations. Okay, and I was just kind of lining it up with the price action. You might want to reach out to Trading His Life there. That's what he trades. So, you know, it's he's more the resident expert on the VWAP. Footprint chart, Omar. Yeah, we do have a footprint chart. In fact, you might want to talk to Shark about that. Shark Baloo. He's been using the footprint chart in Bookmap. I can also demo that for you if you like. What I like to see is the delta just in the kind of overall in the subchart here. But these are delta bars in here, volume delta bars. So you're basically looking at the same thing. It's just that you don't have a number. It's more of a graphical representation in here. Sometimes everything is so easy. Yeah, that is true. Well, you know, some of the Alois, like, boy, isn't that the truth? You know, but I think, you know, our job is to find edge and then to trade it. It's all about that. So when do we have an edge? And when we know that, then we have an advantage and we take it. Okay, and how do we know that though? We know that by back testing, okay, and building it out. For those that are new in here, I really recommend that you record your data and then play it back at the end of the day, especially at the end of the day, and look back at it and retrade it. You know, what did you see? What did you miss? Build out that edge, record that, build out a playbook, and you know exactly what you're looking for. In fact, we have another tool in here. The developers were very gracious and did this just for me, which I was shocked. And they did it in a couple of days because it's such a simple request. It's just a simple list in here. And it's called Setups Checklist. And let me find it here. And you can build out your own plan right in here. DNT Matter is, you know, one of the big proponents of it right here. Okay, so here it is, and you can build out your own if you want to build out your own. It comes by default with a setup for a flag pattern in here, but just go to settings in here, export it or modify it, and then resave it and then re-import it, and you can input whatever you want in here, and then you can give it a score. Now you know exactly what you're looking for when you have an edge and when you should be trading and when you shouldn't be. Okay, try to keep it simple so you know how to react to it. It has to be reactionary. You have to know it and you have to take it. Okay, because the markets are moving quickly, as you guys can see. We missed a bunch of different things in here and got in at this wasn't bad here. We were kind of looking for that flag pattern and then jumped in and then thought, well, maybe to the top of the range, maybe you got a little more out of it because we see some momentum coming in. Okay, Yeah, so it went up to this swing and this liquidity here, and that was it, all the way back down. Now look at this in here. This is a bigger picture approach, and this is why we're seeing these buyers come in. In fact, we could probably even jump in again here and then try to trade it back to VWAP. Why would we get in way up here, right? Well, let's take a look. Here's why. I mean, this is a much bigger approach in here, but it's the same ideas that we've been going through, right? We have high liquidity being filled on the bid on the way down, and then here's our shift right here. Okay, we see those buyers come in, and then we hacked around in here, traded up here, traded back down here, but look at this down here. Okay, look how much we traded down here. Very little. Okay, on the sell side. Okay, what about down here? Very little as well. It's mostly buyers who came in here. Okay, so we're seeing a move and a trend reversal here to the upside. Okay, look at your CVD in here. I mean, boy, if that isn't telling you, look at that divergence right here. Massive divergence. And like Alois says, sometimes it's just so easy. So, but we're out. We're just looking for a pop to the VWAP in the high volume node up in here, and we're just right in front of it basically, and getting out. We talked about this on Friday, just hitting singles, building confidence in our plan. And this is coming from a deficit. I think it was down like over $1,000 by that opening range breakout trade that totally failed on us. Anyway, what time was the VWAP? I believe, what do I have it here set for? Now, our VWAP is based off of as much data as you have in here. You can see I have it set for yesterday at 9:30. So obviously I don't have yesterday on here, so it starts from the very beginning of my session. Now you can input today's date if you want, and then look for that at 9:30. So you'd be looking for a cash session anchored VWAP only. Okay, but mine's for everything I have in here, which is, if I zoom all the way out, I opened up my Bookmap here, but I have historical data, and it worked off of that back to about 7 o'clock this morning. Okay, so it's based off of everything in there since 7 a.m. East Coast time. How do you determine divergence? Okay, Leah, this is a very simple indicator in what it's showing in the subchart here, cumulative volume delta. And I think it's really important that you know how your indicators work and what you're looking for, and that you should match it with order flow. And this one matched. It matched, actually. It gave us a really nice one, in fact. So for me, it matched. Right. This is why. Yeah. Okay, Omar. We'll show the footprint chart in a minute, but this is why it matched. Okay. So first off, I know there's passive orders, buyers here getting filled on the way down, and that much we know. Now we saw. Look at the massive distinction here by the buyers. Look at your CVD here. Okay. All the CVD does is buy minus sell. It has nothing to do with price action whatsoever. It is totally separate from price action. It's just buy minus sell. Buying is a positive number, selling is a negative number, and it adds them together, and it just does that over time. Okay, so but now if we can look at that, and we can look at the price action and the swings and the structure. Okay, so we came all the way up here. It's actually a little divergent. It's yeah, it's still showing more strength here. we retraced all the way back down to here. But look where CVD is. Okay, and why is that? Is because we'll look at the selling in here and the selling in here. Okay, it's not a whole lot compared to all the buying. Okay, so what we have is a lot more buying power than we do selling in here. So that's our divergence. Okay, it's right here. Okay, it is almost an equal low here, and then look at this in here. It's a way higher low in here, way higher due to all this buying. Okay, so if now the question is, okay, that's great, but you need to see buyers come back in again. You have to, and you do. You get them. They come in here. You even get a pullback to where they came in, right here. So you see the buying in here and the move and the pullback here. Even this pullback here is a low volume pullback. Okay, and CVD is still going up. So now you just look for those buyers to come in again, and you do get them. And now you can look for a pretty powerful move back up into, well, in this case, a mean reversion, and maybe a reversal. All right, makes sense? Okay, so very simple indicator that, and just even though you have divergence, you don't buy down here. You buy when you start to see that the buyers come back in. Okay, that's where it makes sense in my book. Yeah, I would recommend Leah that you back test that. You go back and take a look at it. Come up with like at least 20 different examples of it, and then now you're on you're starting to build out a playbook on understanding divergence and how to integrate it with the trading. That's what we're here for, right? Is to integrate it with the trading, so you guys can we can all learn from it. All right, let's get into that footprint chart that Omar wanted to see. So hold on a minute. All right, we've got about 15 minutes left or less in the session here, guys. So let's see here. Footprint, there it is. Okay, it's loading, as you can see up here, the red text in the upper left-hand corner. Yeah, thanks, Luis. Great answer regarding setting your VWAP. It's up to your preference. There's another one called anchored VWAP. So you know, for example, right here, you might want to anchor a VWAP, or you can consider it. In fact, let's do it. It's very easy to add, well, yeah, all I have to do is right-click in here and add it. Let's let this footprint chart come in first, and then we can add it. Okay, so I don't want to overload Bookmap here. Wow, guys, this is still looking pretty bullish here. Look at this pattern. You know, it's turning into like a nice flag pattern in here. After trading into high liquidity, there's still buyers coming in. You know, looking for maybe maybe you can get up to 10 here or something. But I don't know. We need to get through these areas in here, and a lot of selling, passive selling has taken place already here. All right, so here's our footprint chart, and there's a lot of configurations in here for it. It should probably just take you to the here. Sorry, not there. Here, the guide, and that'll take you to our knowledge base if you want to go through the footprint chart in more detail. Okay, there's a video in there and a whole bunch of other things. All right, so Anyway, a lot of different configurations for it. Okay, you've got the bar data in here, and you've got buying and selling on either side, and different configurations. Like I said, the footprint chart by time, reversal, range, volume, and right now I have it by time of 5 minutes. Okay, I can use a scaling tool in here that will adjust it automatically, and you can see more if you like, and you can zoom in and you can see the numbers a little bit better. Should be able to. Yeah. All right. And way I've kind of found for me, what I like to look at here is similar to Shark. I don't really like looking. Well, he does look at the bars. I don't really care too much for the bars. I like looking at the heat map and the volume dots. That tells me what I need to know. But if we don't show the text or the bar, but I show it here in the delta. Okay, so let's take a look here. Whoa. All right, let's deselect a lot of these in here. Okay, so I want to look at overall sum, and I want to look at the delta. Okay, that's it. That's what, I'm just looking at two numbers here. You can look at all sorts of things in here, but what you're looking at is the delta is on top and the summation is underneath here. So you can look at and start to understand, like, wow, there's a lot of transactions here on this bar, but you see the delta is negative. Okay, well, obviously, because we see a lot of selling coming in, and we can start to look at where we get. You can look at divergences in here as well. And where you start to see turnarounds with maybe a lot of transactions, but then it starts to turn negative delta, or in this case, maybe positive delta here. Like right in here, this looks pretty good. We've got almost 2,000 bars or volume, and it's starting to turn positive here. Let's see if we can get another move up here and even more, right? Then we would look for the breakout up above our 5,600 here. Anyway, okay, that's just the basics, but I also showed you there, Omar, where you can get more information about it. It comes free as part of the Global Plus subscription, I believe. Let me double check on that. Go to bookmap.com, pricing, and all the advanced add-ons, footprint. Yeah, so it is included in the Global Plus subscription. Okay. Okay, interesting. Look at the move back to VWAP, point of control area in here, that mean reversion, and we were looking for, like, it's starting to look pretty good, like, some more delta, more buyers coming in here. Well, here it's been disrupted. Okay, a lot of selling just came in. All right, so now it's kind of well, are we in a range now? And we see about a bunch of back and forth in here. Okay, right at a value area. Okay, so back into the mean here. Yeah, sure. You want to go back to the link? Well, let me show you where you can find that. If you go to bookmap.com, you click on the More button here. The Learning Center is a great resource. The knowledge base, well, there's a bunch of great resources in here. In fact, let me show you one after another. The Learning Center is here. All sorts of videos on how to use Bookmap. There's a course on market mechanics and some strategies and setups, some other order flow phenomena. Here's our events calendar underneath. You can register to all these events. Yeah, so this is coming up later today that I showed you earlier. Just go to bookmap.com and click on Learning Center, and you'll go and you can register here for the onboarding. So Omar, if you're interested in Bookmap, you might want to come to this one. Anyway, so that's the Learning Center with all sorts of videos in here, hundreds of videos, all free. Okay. There's another place that I wanted to show you. You can also see the knowledge base right here. There's a link directly to it, or back on bookmap.com. You can just click on the more button. Hold on a minute. Click on that more button, and you can go to knowledge base here. And then you want to go, you're in the user guide section, you want to go to the add-ons section. All Footprint is an add-on. And then you'll scroll down a little bit. They're alphabetically listed here, and here's the link. Okay. There you go, Omar. Okay, interesting move. Passive buyers getting filled. Get a rejection here and a move back up to the mean. Looks pretty good. Look at your deltas again in here. Okay, so it's actually more selling. This is kind of a little bit lower volume in here, but I think we're still kind of stuck in the range here. Maybe we're going to move back to 5600 here and back to VWAP and back to the high volume node here. Yep. Trading his life is probably just killing it. Anyway, guys, one of the things like we've been covering like some of these things like VWAP and some of these higher time frame levels or channels or whatever, and market structure. But higher time frame levels, trading along with those is an edge. Now just look for the order flow to support that direction. Okay, I mean, you can scalp all day long in here and look at order flow events in here that will offer that scalping, but look for the scalp in the direction of that higher time frame, and you really got something. It's much higher probability and much more likely to work out. I mean, even like look at buying way up here just in front of that high liquidity, just looking for the move back up to the mean. Okay, just leaning on all of this buying strength in here, pull back and then buying strength again. Okay, and here comes that potential breakout here that we were looking for over here. Okay, so we're back up here after trading down into buyers in here, and let's see it now. The question is again, do we get buyers up here at 5600? Rob, is great. If you aren't trading, if this is not your environment, stay away. Yep. Then it's more of a study day. Go back, look at certain things, and build out your playbook. All right, let's go back to YouTube. How's everyone doing over there? How do you identify? Oh, hold on. Let's see. Matt had another question here. Yeah. Matt, I mean, you can get up and running in Bookmap with, 17 bucks of for a subscription to the Bookmap data for CME, for example. Okay, so what is it? 49 bucks for global, and then 17 for the CME futures data, which is very high quality data. So if you want to try it for a month, that's the way to go. That would probably be your cheapest bet. All right, so just go to bookmap.com, register, and try the global version for 50 bucks, and then get the Bookmap data for CME only for 17 bucks. And that'll give you the majority of the stock indexes, the Russell, the NQ, and the ES. Okay. You also get the currency futures. Yeah, look at this here, guys. This is what we're noticing before, like all that buying up in here and yet just failing to follow through here. Is just no one's willing to buy above this VWAP in here. Hey, good morning, green papaya. Aloha. All right, guys, let's wrap it up in here. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. No, better yet, just come over to Discord. Subscribe to our Discord channel, and you'll get so much more. It's all free. There's no cost involved. You will need to register at bookmap.com, but that's it. You'll get access to all these rooms and all these different streamers every single day, which is great. It's amazing that we offer all of this one after another. In fact, so Tom B is up next, volume profile trader. Go attend his webinar and learn a different style of trading, how he trades. And we have many of these all day long. And again, it's all free. Tom won't be on today, really? Willers? No, he should be. But unless he's having technical issues, I know he's in Costa Rica. What was I going to say? Okay, so it's just not access to the streamers, though. It's really the community that you're going to learn so much from. As I've called out, Rob, Shark Baloo, Alois, Trading His Life. I don't want to forget anybody here. You're going to learn so much from these other traders in here. Okay, we have a Bookmap Academy. It's free as well, that you can join. You just need to register at bookmap.com. Okay, I'll show you where that is if you're interested in that. Just click on the More button again. And under Community, Bookmap Academy right here. It's a coaching and mentoring program. We have a chat room in there where traders journalize their trades and then share them with others, get feedback from coaches. And then we meet every Thursday at market close. And we go through and give feedback and open the mic for the trader to explain what he was looking at. Right, it's a great program. Anyway, guys, let's wrap it up. Thank you everyone for coming. We'll call it a day. I will be on this upcoming Friday, but I'll see you also in the onboarding webinar at 2 p.m. later today. We also have as I mentioned, that Bookmap Academy on Thursdays at 4 p.m. East Coast time. Yep. Okay, thanks for coming, everybody, and we will catch up with you later. Bye-bye.